I think that's the way to start the stream. I'm still trying to figure out how it works. Anyway, uh, so I missed my stream on Wednesday because there were a lot of other things that were happening at the same time. Not kind of like in my life directly, but uh, anyway, I don't know how much I want to go into that. It's yeah, I'm still kind of like waiting and yeah, just wait and see how it ends up. But yeah, the last few days I wasn't I wasn't ready to stream. So today, hopefully, like nothing will happen during the stream, and after it and so on. But so last two streams they were about building my own framework. It's funny that I just noticed that Theo streamed a few days ago about building his own framework. Yeah, so it's, I guess, like great minds think alike. Anyway, so today I'm actually going to do something different. Since our company launched and we have a few kind of like public npm repos packages, I guess. Yeah, so the repos are not public yet, but the packages are, so it's more or less the same. But yeah, so I wanna work in some of our like work packages, but to do a stream out of it. And the way I think I can spin it is that we have basically it's called fogbender-react. So it's not the most popular package yet, but we're basically trying to launch a fogbender view and solid and svelte and all of those, right? And the one thing that I want to try is called Mitosis, and it seems fun. And the idea is that it allows you to write this, basically to write once and get all of the like versions of the code, whatever you kind of like feel like you want to get. So I want to try it. I never wrote any Vue code. I like looked at Vue code. I think for work there was like basically like other team that they were building website in Vue, and I just needed to like check something or whatnot. So I haven't like run it myself. And I think the only thing I kind of like even touched in Vue was some kind of like REPL, some kind of like just few lines of code and so on. So I don't find Vue really compelling. The same way, kind of like how I don't find Svelte very compelling, or like Angular, or like how many of the other ones there are. So yeah, the first compelling one was Solid.js, of course, about which I made like multiple streams. And yeah, so it's going to be like a kind of like a new experience for me. So the other thing is that I know that like creator of Vue created Vite, right? So he and that one I tried to use but failed. So I'm gonna try again. Basically, I guess I was trying to do it in like in not really like expected configuration. So yeah, like I guess like he's focused on building like tools for like beginner developers or something, and it's like basically like it's intended to be really great for kind of like simple use case. And if you're stuck in something like more advanced, yeah, like good luck. So I hope that this use case is like not too much. So so I think the main focus is to try Vite, to try Vue, to try Mitosis, and we can see if we can get it kind of like in any kind of like usable state for the for basically like the project that I really need. So okay, so let's start with, I don't know, with the beginning. Let's do like maybe Vue. Yeah, I remember that a few months ago when I tried to go to Vue, I basically yeah, I think it was showing like, okay, this is our like docs for version 2, but there is version 3, so like I still don't know which one is which. Okay, so they switched to 3 finally. Okay, maybe it's good. Okay, I don't really care about any of that yet. Okay, I wanna get it running. Okay, so I think we want to do demo probably. Oh no, it's probably going to ask me the project name. Okay, so grab that. So okay, I hope it will not mess with my yarn stuff. Okay, so you need to install packages, right? That's okay. Project name. Okay, so this is Vite demo. TypeScript, yes. JSX. I don't know. I want to say yes. So I guess it's going to be like more flexible. Instead of just one way, it's going to support both ways. Add router. Sure. I don't want to have any state management. Add unit testing. I can pass for now. No. Sure. Sure. Okay. So it didn't do any npm stuff yet, I guess. Okay, so let's just get at it. Okay, so what does it look like? Oh. So it's ESLint, git ignore, readme, and whatever index HTML. Yeah, I remember index HTML. I think I first tried with maybe like kind of like similar to Skypack. I'm like, okay, they do something with like modules. That's kind of like all I got from it on the first try. Okay, so view, I guess they have like few components for me to look at, and maybe I can glean something from it. I guess like in React, they just create like 2 files or something, and it's like, okay, we'll get the rest out of the docs. And here I think they're showing off their like routing and stuff. So that's why they need more. Okay, config, Vite config. Maybe that's for test or something. Yeah, that's a lot of files. Okay, so I think they said to go into this directory and to do like yarn. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Yarn dev. I just remember Vite people saying how small and like fast everything is, and like okay, it still took quite a reasonable amount of time. Okay, so you did it. You successfully created project. What's next? I guess that's the routing part. Okay, I'm okay so far. uh, so let me. Yeah, okay. I see. I think I opened it on on the second screen. So let me move it. Okay. So this is the thing. This is the index HTML, and so where do I want to start? So I guess like yeah, it doesn't work that way. Okay. I wish it did. I mean, all right, because they have their random stuff. Okay. We want to install extension. I mean, do we have a choice? If we're going into this Vue stuff, probably need to do it. Okay, we can find in right because it's a like a subfolder and folder. Okay. Right, so everything is red. Nothing is working. Okay, great. Can I just configure this Vue stuff so it's kind of like folder or something, path? No? Okay. Uh, yeah. Okay. That I guess we can live with it for now. Yeah. There's probably some lint configs clashing. Okay. So let's just I don't know. Let's just write something and see if it updates. Okay. And so it's kind of working. So now what I want to do is to uh, basically, no, not here, like basically here we have our widget embedded, or like here we have it like floating. So I wanna start doing something like that. Uh, so okay, think I want to do like a separate route, right? Support. And now if I click support, I guess it's like nested routing. So like you did it stuff is still there. It's not that great in terms of the in terms of what I'm trying to do, but so about view, home view. Does it have to be named view? Or is it okay? It's in the config here, and this one is like async import route level code splitting. This generate chunk lazy loaded, right? Sure, why not? Okay, so I will just add support. I don't know if the name does anything. Okay, so it's either imported here or support view. And then here I can just do support view. And it's crashing because we don't have it yet. So let's just save home view as support view. And that should fix everything, right? Okay, it did. The welcome component. Okay, we don't need this. We're going to just write hello mom. It's a fireship joke. He always writes hello mom. Okay, so I wonder how this JavaScript stuff works. So if I just do console log 1, 2, 3, I expect it to work. I think I don't have like format and save or something. Format and save. No, I have it. Maybe it just didn't work. Okay. So added console log. Now I can see the code here. So first thing that we want to try is to add fogbender. So basically fogbender-react is like a wrapper again, wrapper over over a vanilla JS project, which is not actually vanilla. We use a bit of like solid JS there, but it's like API is vanilla. So let's see if we can like import import the library and to see if anything works. Okay, module. Okay, that's great. So now it should be like create new fogbender. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't do format document. With view, sure. I don't know if it's good or bad. maybe if I have formatted with preacher, it will work better. Yeah, it didn't work unsafe anyway. Okay, so let's just think that my VS Code is not configured. It's not Vue's fault. Anyway, so we have this thing here. Okay, so I'm thinking what's the kind of like easiest way to do all of that. So here we can just take probably. So first thing is like I need a token, and okay, I don't have React. Okay, this warning should be fixed. It's we haven't merged it yet, I guess. Okay, so I guess I can just do like location search, and from here I can do on escape and JSON parse. Okay, so I guess maybe it was better than it wasn't parsed. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be the token. So token. Uh, hmm. Okay. I don't like that it's using the like not like that, but here. So maybe we can format it as preacher again for future. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. So let's forget it for now. So user email, user avatar. So yeah, that should be fine. Um, so it's there. Yeah, so basically we have this. I'm probably not signed in, so right. So anyway, so let's do fogbender. Create fogbender. Then we do fogbender set token and fogbender. Huh. I wonder how does it know to do that? Is it using like my private, or just guessing? Fogbender hierarchy, yeah, almost. Uh, so it's localhost, whatever. I think like that. And do we need anything else? I think it's just token and URL. And yeah, and you don't need URL for production, but we are not using production. And I think if we render a floating widget, it doesn't require anything DOM related. It just requires, I guess, like the fact that it's like not rendered multiple times, and I don't know how to do that. So I guess the other way of looking at that is that we need to unmount stuff. So let's just Google Vue unmount. Okay. Doesn't particularly say me anything about how to use it. And saying hooks, how to unmount. There is method if you're using use destroy. Yeah. Export mounted. Okay, So are we talking about this script? If I do export here, will it work? Do not contain. Okay, so what is script setup, I guess, then? I wonder if they have something like in Playground that will help me. So they're creating ref, it's hello world, and this input and this h1 are referring to the same ref. Okay, it's not particularly great thing. So maybe they have like a samples. Okay, that's better. Attribute conditions component fetching. Okay, they do export default here. So maybe if I just don't have setup and it's just script tag, maybe it will work this way. So this component is now mounted. Okay, and I guess if I do unmounted, it's funny how it's just in this thing. Okay. So what's there? You need to import something. Get data created, watch. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure this is all of this is simple if you're just starting, because that's I guess the like intended audience. But for me, nothing really makes any sense yet. So I guess that's the component. So export default something is the component that you do. So this is like mounted. Okay, but I'm looking for unmounted. So now that with this like script setup, I'm thinking, okay, did they forget to update the documentation, or did they forget to update the template? It's like, okay, it's probably making sense for someone. Computed methods timer unmounted. Okay. I mean, I knew that it's probably how it works, but I was just curious to kind of see how it looks. So I need to add the, I don't know why it's not formatting. Okay, so this component is now mounted, unmounted, mounted, unmounted. Okay, so will I see fogbender value here? Nope. Will I be able to just yoink? Go this way. Okay, something broken. Okay, so it works this way. So now, so it's not really important for the create floating widget to be mounted, but of course it's important. So it's important for it to be unmounted. So it returns promise. So can I do a wait? No. Okay. So it's actually okay, and then uh, okay, kind of like that. What's the problem here? Okay, it's prettier, but it's still okay. That's fine. So now in unmounted, I want to call cleanup. So let me update it. Support. Okay, I broke everything. That's great. Unhandled error during the unmount. Okay, great. So first of all, I'm on the about page, so I don't expect any of this to be called, but I guess if I move it here, okay, so now it's not called. So I guess this is like a, how do I say it? If this was like a JavaScript file, this is basically like yeah. Whenever I do like import here, all of this is running, which I guess like makes sense, but it's just not. I'm just like learning how it works. Okay, so I can mount it, I can unmount it. Okay, I think it's kind of working. So now I need to have like a DOM element in order to place like the iframe. So let me rename this one into. So how can I do it differently? Okay, I think it's fine for now. So view get DOM element. Okay, let's hope it's about view 3, not view 2, and everything is working and so on. How view refs work. Ref equals input. Where do I see input? Okay, I guess it's like this dot something. Kind of like in first versions of React. So here, yeah, this refs. Okay, do they have something like more like hooks? Submit input display value. I mean, it will work. So maybe it's like not that a bigger problem. Okay, so let's just modernize how you debug your apps. Oh, sure. I actually wrote for LogRocket like an article, and yeah. So if you're interested writing stuff, I guess like recommend recommend doing that. I got like $300 paid, which is not a lot compared to how much kind of like time I spent, but I mean, if you're just starting, it could be like a. If you are just starting and you wanted to write an article anyway, it could be like a good way to kind of like get some of your money returned. So refs. Okay, so now refs is empty, and if I do ref equals main, it's main and like dot so does that mean if I do it in unmounted it's empty, or yeah, it's null? Okay, I'm fine with that. Okay, so the other API that we use is render iframe, and that one requires root element, which is this drives iframe. I mean, why not? But it's main. Okay. Yeah, and we also need to clean up this one. So maybe let's turn cleanup into an array. So here, let's just do cleanup.push, and here we're doing the same. Yep. So here it's cleanup for each x and cleanup empty array. That's right. Yeah. So for stuff like that, Copilot is great. When it's just basically like mechanically does stuff that you already wanted to do. Yay, it's working. Oh yeah, right. That's the wording. And other than that, I think it's fine. So this is kind of like proof of concept that you can use our package, our widget from Vue, and it works probably great. I mean, yeah, it's a bit narrow because of this stuff. Like I'm going to remove it eventually, but for now it's fine. So what do we have here? Okay, so let's commit this, and so we added fogbender. Oh yeah, I need to set up name and stuff. And what's here, right? Okay. So I added support. I guess it's just like prettier stuff. Yeah, it's going to be messing with stuff. Okay, so how do I do it? I think I can just remove this for now. This. So now I am returning this. And so here. Yeah, it's a bit silly that this icon is shown on the same page as the iframe, but it's fine for now. So view center. I use iframe and floaty in Vue. Okay. Should I just set my config? Okay, maybe later. Okay, so So the next step is to get it is to make it a library. So we can use so we can publish it to npm basically. So that's why we need a library. So so first, I wonder if they have something in the into docs. Library. New custom element library. Comprehensive tooling. Okay. Magic libraries. Okay. I guess that's for testing. Options. Before route enter. Okay, that's okay. All of this seems to be irrelevant. So maybe that's time where we should think about mitosis or not. Because the problem is that I don't know where to put this code. So I want to put it in the library. Okay. So let me think about it. I mean, I can probably just start with creating a component. It doesn't have to be in the library. I just, as long as I have like this stuff split into a component that I can use like on different routes, that's probably all I need. Okay, so let's start doing mitosis stuff. So first, I'm probably going to read through their README. Otherwise, why have a README? Okay, so compile to view my file JSX. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. Like, how do you server render to something and hydrate with React? It's like, okay, it's like it's too much. I don't know what's happening. I mean, it's like, you know how hard it is to rewrite everything from React to Vue. Yeah, but like how hard it is to rewrite everything from React to Mitosis, right? And like a new version of Mitosis or like new version of React. So I don't know if that really stands. Yeah, so I'm curious to try the Figma stuff because it seems like something cool, but again, like I don't really know where to start. Okay. static subset of. Yeah, I'm actually curious to look at kind of like source code and how they do it, because I'm writing my own framework on the other stream. Okay, so it becomes, oh, they mean that like how they parse JSX. I guess um, yeah, I don't know how it like how solid goes into all of this yet. Okay, which can be serialized into many languages. For example, we make a serializer that loops over JSON and produces template. Right. I mean, it's kind of like this similar way how you would parse like a language, or uh, like AST or something for code mods or whatnot. So okay, mitosis. Right. Setting snap. What is snap? JS6 slide. Okay, I wonder if I can I can use some of this stuff in my framework. I try to think about like what would go into writing it whole, and I'm like, okay, I need to find like a way to get some of the components from other stuff. Okay, I guess it was like a it was a bit of a recursion build visual programming language. Oh, I see. I mean, that's cool. Right. So it's like it's kind of like a limited amount of people who are like who need to write code but don't know how to. Okay. So React, uh, Vue, Svelte, Solid, even Angular. Yeah. So I think we should be fine. So I'm curious to try CLI because that seems like something fun. Um, Not a huge fan of installing global packages, but I guess since I'm just testing it, maybe it's like it's not a problem. So let's huh. I don't know how to start. So let's just start with, I don't know, like help. Okay, so I think it even has some stuff how to start. Okay, so compile to uh, compile to React, compile to HTML. That's cool. That's, I guess it's just like static site generation. Yeah, compile. I guess like multiple things. That sounds good. So React Native, HTML, and so on. So from Mitosis, Builder, and Liquid. Okay, that's more than expected. um, so out here redirects output files written, preserve the structure. For example, blah blah blah. will produce a structure like this. Okay. Perform a trail run, force, header, add a useful if you want to include license or import statement. If the output is JSON, okay. Compiled output should will builder components where available. Useful if you output that will run the builder. Okay, I don't really understand that part. So format, prefix, include IDs, styles, state. Okay. Oh yeah, library. Yeah. So I think how I want to run this. Okay, so let's just not very sure. So on the one hand, I just want to try if it works at all. On the other, I'm thinking how to kind of like integrate this into our overall project if we want to use it. Especially if we want to like publish to NPM and stuff. Okay, so I think I want to do packages fogbender Mitosis. And basically, I want to write a package that works in Mitosis. And then based on that one, I create the other one. So I don't know how it works. Okay. I guess I will create like SRC and SRC index that JSX. So yeah, it shows TypeScript, so should be fine. And there we will do something really simple, like export my component or return def hello. Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to mention. I finally bought a monitor instead of the one that I returned, and it's not that much better. I think so. The biggest problem with previous one was that it was 1440p, and it had like BRG pixels or something like that. Basically, what it means, if you're reading text, if you're reading like a red text on like a black background, like I have in my terminal, it just looks awful. And yeah, so I couldn't really use it for a long time. Okay, so compile React, output lib, and do stuff. Okay, it did something. Okay, I mean, it did exactly what you would expect. So now, okay. So what if I do view? Okay, it will, I mean, yes. So it's, oh, created a source inside library. Yeah, that's not great. Can I do it some other way? I guess if I run this command with like that and like that, like cd source mitosis compile, maybe then yeah. Okay. So go. Okay, so this is how they do Vue stuff. Um, okay, so they only have compile. They don't have like a watcher, which might be like not that big of a problem for them, but I don't know how to do it for me. So anyway, so let's go to back to Vite. I always try to say white, but it's Vite. And here, let's do a component that is like hello world, successfully created, welcome, right? So, yeah, the name files are different and okay. So the component is going to be like fogbender. We will figure out. Yeah, so I think that's the single component file or single file component, whatever they have. Yeah, it's not how I it's not how I think. Yeah, but I need to kind of like imagine how it's going to be like split into files. Anyway, so I think what I want to do is I want to run compile. Then, if it's okay, I want to copy lib index.tsx stuff, which, I mean, the file extension is wrong, probably. It should be .vue. So then I want to copy it to Vite demo, src components, fogbender. Okay, so this way, if I have it, okay, so if I do hello mom2, run compile again, it's hello mom2. So there is a trick of like, I notify wait. I guess it's like it's not there in macOS. That's a Linux way of doing it. FS watch. Okay, so I guess it's probably working the same way. FS watch. Right, if you have it. So what I wanted to say is that it's in Linux, you didn't have to install any like Watchman or whatnot. It's just right. Okay, so let's just run the command manually for now then. So now I want to play with playground, not this one, but this one, because we would need some kind of state. We would need some kind of like more advanced stuff, and yeah. So I'm curious, JSON. I should probably just use Mitosis and just use its JSON output to to parse my my framework. Okay, so yeah, so I'm curious. So it's like, it seems like there should be like a way to render this directly in Mitosis. So maybe if all of this like compile stuff doesn't work, but like in development, you can use just like Mitosis without any compilation, and then uh, you kind of like compile it, just hoping that it works. Template liquid. Okay, so liquid is just oh, so it's not static HTML. Okay, now we're talking. Function to update data bindings, event handler, initial state load. And then it calls update. Wow, this is way cooler than I expected. So that's basically the dev server. Should I try it then? I feel like I should. So maybe after this we just run the command again, but output is like HTML or something, and type is HTML. Oh yeah, I was going to check the options of like so they have like different state options and so on. Style image data. Right, so this one is kind of like their low code, no code stuff. I'm more interested in the like, I'm sure that I saw the options. Fill up, method and refs, element. Yeah, this is a bit extreme, trying to use Tailwind over a CDN. It's like 2 megabytes of CSS or something. Okay, so let's start with this one, because the refs is what I need for like for iframe and stuff. So okay, so now we have this HTML index JSX stuff. Again, it shouldn't be index JSX. Yeah, why did? Yeah, so the naming convention works for React basically and Solid and some others, but it doesn't work for the rest of them. So it's more of intended to use being used for like just one file. So anyway, let's just see what's happened. I see what else. So let's just try to open it in Chrome. Okay, so it's not treating it as a HTML. So maybe if we just rename it into HTML, that would be fine. Hey. So now the tricky part. So import this stuff. So if I just add it to my, yeah, so it compiles it fine. Oh, it even like didn't use it. Huh. So I want to do console log use ref, for example. So it will not like drop the module from the output, but it did. Okay, this is a bit strange. How does it know to do that? So did you break it? Okay. I'm a bit confused. What is going on? Let's just get the whole example. Okay, so it does something now. So I guess it was just like kind of like dead code eliminating stuff. I don't know why it decided to dead code eliminate console log. Seems like something important. Page source. Okay, so we have stuff. So what does the ref do? Okay, so it should be some kind of input. Show input. If the prop says show input. If not. Okay. Okay. So it works. So it works in the same way as I was kind of like talking about. Like, okay, that's great. I'm a fan. Immediately, I'm a fan. Okay, so and let's just see if we can in Vite if we can just import this fogbender stuff. So let's go to like about view. How did they import components again? Yeah, I think it's just like that. So template. Yeah, okay. So I guess it's like script, right? Yeah, I need I need more experience with this, so it makes sense. So home view uses the welcome. So it's okay, it's kind of like slash. Okay, so like instead of welcome, let's use fogbender. Wow, this is so fun. Okay. So okay, so we need to open source, and here instead of Steve we will write like John. Now we go and compile it. I wish I was in Linux and I could like write a script that does it. I mean, I could write a script that looks kind of like this. So yeah, I hate key repeat stuff in Mac. So while sleep one, do all of that stuff, right? So if it's fast enough, it's like it's not a big deal to just have it running, and then we have this. So it kind of real time. Okay, I'm pumped because like this stuff like input ref Yeah, it's exactly kind of like what we need. Okay, on blur. So does it actually work? Will it do focus on the blur? Oh yeah, so I wanted to figure out console log blur hot updated blur blur. I see blur. So unhandled error during execution of native event handler. Yeah, I don't know any of that mean what any of that mean. Yeah. By the way, they use refs that are not. So here it's like the refs as I would kind of like expect them. But what did they do here? So on blur, they called here, and it refs input ref. I guess that's the canonic way of doing it in Vue, and they just use it. Okay, but it's dot current. I think in Vue it should be just this. Yeah, this is like a bug report worthy. It shouldn't be dot current. So yeah, because it's any. Yeah, so the craziest part is that I haven't even installed this package, so it's like it doesn't know what to do with it, so it doesn't show types and stuff. But like the compiler works, so it compiles basically all of this out, and there are like no mentions, no mention of mitosis after that. Oh, this is cool. Anyway, so what's the bug report? I guess it's just the. So if I write it like that, I bet if I like if the output was React, it would work fine. But for Vue, it should be without current. Okay. So where did I get the current stuff? It was from here. So like if I do React, it's input current, and if I do Vue, it's input current. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's great. So let's see if we can file the issue for them. It'll support tabs, missing docs to remove the line. So do they have anything about Vue? Okay, I think we're fine to reproduce this, um, to report this. Report bugs and share feedback. Okay, that's it. I should probably send my live stream link. Do I have a link? Probably do. It about, I guess it was a few minutes ago, and now it's 1:15. So at about 1:10, I guess. 1:10. um, so is that like a permalink? Yeah, it is. Uh, so I tried to run your uh, methods and refs. I guess it's an example code. Example code. Play route the link and compiled it to Vue. The problem is that refs in Vue are in Vue don't have that current. So okay, so to fix okay, I think I should have seen the live preview here. Does it change when okay, it's compiling? Props. How do I change props? I think I should just like add no here. Did I break it? What's happening? I bet it's trying to compile it basically to TypeScript, and it fails something. Nope, it just didn't work. Oh, I see. I was looking for options. So the options are for React. I can use different style options and different state options if I use React. Okay, that makes sense. So if they don't support Vue as much, so they don't really care if it's not working. Yeah, so the live preview stuff broke, so there's no way for me to, I guess, but at least we know that that's the okay. Anyway, should I try it again? Maybe not. So, but if I change it to the no, I didn't see it. But if I change it to be just to be just works. I first use that in the when I was using CLI, but I see the same issue on playground on the playground. Does GitHub like have a small link, so it's like not really visible that I have it? GitHub small font. Sub will sub work? almost works. I need to remove this. I should update it to the proper timestamp once I finish the video. Okay, so the issue is that Mitosis compiles Mitosis refs do not work in Vue. Doesn't work when you compile to Vue. Playground and compile to Vue. The problem is that the refs in Vue don't have that current, so it's not really feasible to do that current stuff. But if I change it to be just, it works. First is kind of the same issue. This is the same issue, bro. Okay, I think should be fine. Yeah, so if anyone comes to video from GitHub, hi, you're doing great work. Okay, so let's go. So we want to. I wish they have had like a way of like if Vue then this, right? If something else then this. So it's a bit of like I don't know what's the what's the right approach. Should I just do something like yeah, maybe you know what? It should be like kind of like here, like that. So it's either that or that. So it's like what whichever one is going to work, that's the one that we need. Okay, so it's not. So input ref is not defined. What? I don't get it. What's happening? So okay, so this is HTML, and I think HTML was working, right? Input ref is not defined. Okay, so it wasn't. I guess HTML is also broken. Spec. No, spec view page source. So blur. So the other thing is that they are in a kind of like wrong order. So I wonder if that's the reason. So input ref, right? So input ref being lost to HTML. Okay, do I create a separate ticket for HTML or is the view one enough? Maybe I just add a comment. Also seems like when I compile the HTML, it also doesn't work. Okay, so let's start with this. Maybe it's going to be better that way. No, input ref is lost. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's not great. But does the view one work? Does it work? So update. Treat property undefined. So, all right. So we wanted to do it like that. Okay, so Vue works, but HTML doesn't. So yeah, it just errors out. Those two. Okay. So do we see that on the playground? HTML. So state input ref. Yep, it's not working. So in incognito, it's all right because it's hidden again. Okay, if I change it, do I just update it to show the? No, it's not working. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, that's why it's probably hidden on this thing. Okay, but I can probably just add a comment there. Also, it seems like when I compile to HTML, it also doesn't work. But in that case, it's just I mean, they can already see in the error message that input ref is undefined, but also it seems like when I compile it also doesn't work. So and now it's about like 127, right? But I also was speaking about it a few minutes ago, so like I don't think I'm going to add that stuff. Okay. Okay. So okay. So we gotta work it somewhat. So let's just let's just continue. Um, so I wonder what will happen if I try to import like from fogbender. So I know HTML will probably like crash and burn. Huh, it didn't. Yeah, is it because of the console log stuff again? Okay, so huh, okay, which I mean, okay, so it compiled it to, yeah, so I think what they need to do is they need to have like maybe like not just HTML, but like ESM HTML, right? Like with script tag that has like type module. So you can probably not like import from fogbender, but maybe like HTTP, like unpackage and so on, like fogbender. So maybe like that way it's kind of going to work. But okay, here are my hopes and dreams about like trying to run it. I mean, there's actually a way, but I don't have too much time today, so I'm going to focus on the Vue stuff. So I mean, it's as good as HTML. I can probably just drop the HTML now and just do Vue, and maybe I can do it even like faster, wait for less seconds and stuff. Anyway, so okay, so the module got imported perfectly. um, So we're just going to go through the same kind of like exercise of, okay, we have a token, and now I can do it inside the component. How does it show up here? It doesn't, because it's that code elimination stuff. This is like unexpected kind of. Okay, or no, it lost it. Uh, I mean, it's actually fine, because this is not supposed to be like inside the component. It should be like a props thing, but it's just not really obvious. Yeah. So probably when it compiles it to, so I do x console log 1 to 3, right? So if I do it like that and I format it to JSON, so it's like name on blur lowercase children. Yeah, so all of my, but the import worked. So I did the import above the module. So if I do X here, will it will it uh, will it be compiled? No, but import will. So they do special, I guess, like exception for imports. So they only work with stuff that comes from hmm, yeah, so it doesn't show me the source code, and I didn't install it here. So anyway, let me try to focus. Okay, so yeah, so what I was going to say is that it seems like uh, they only convert what they understand, basically. So does it mean if I insert it inside a function, it will show up? Yeah. So yeah, so it has to be basically like when they are parsing it, it has to be something that they understand. They understand functions. They understand like this state ref stuff, and they understand JSX. But like just like random console log 123 is not going to work. I mean, it's fine. It's just I don't really understand yet how it works. So I really want to install that module. So now in this package, I don't have package file. I think it's npm init or something to create a package file. Package name, sure. I like 0 better. Entry point. Oh yeah, I don't know any of that stuff. Let's leave it like that. It's okay, sure. Okay, so yarn add all that stuff. Again, it's not that small. Low. Flow control. Okay, I see. I was like, is it TypeScript or Flow? What's happening? So state ref context on mount, on unmount. So did they have something for like that is like um, use effect, right? So use metadata, use dynamic tag on init. So what's the difference between like on init and on create and on mount, right? It's not entirely generators. So what do they export? Two React options. Okay. So it could be that they have this like if reactive view stuff. Maybe I just don't know how to use it. Maybe it's just something like internal, like config or stuff like that. Yeah. So okay, let me just focus on this stuff. So I want to do, I guess, like on mount because that's how we did it in Vue before. I guess I just do on mount here and like console log, and hopefully that's it. Oh, I killed the wild stuff. So will that work? Yeah, I mean it's not instantaneous, but yeah. So on mount worked. So so which one was it? Okay, so here. Okay, so let's figure out the what the other ones were on create, I think. So on create. So on create this okay, I don't see it. I guess they don't have it. And on init. Okay, they also don't have it. So on create our init mount update on update. Yeah, that's the other one that is okay. Also nothing. Okay, on mount. Okay, so I guess we will just shuffle some stuff around. It should be fine anyway. Even we would have to, yeah. Anyway, so let's just get all of that stuff here. So, oh no, the other function here. So put everything into unmount, and now let's create a plotting widget in unmount. So we don't have a cleanup function anymore. Let's make a kind of like a dummy one. So okay, so the float is showing up, but we're not removing it on unmount. So let's hope that it's not that easy, not that hard. So on unmount. Yeah, I like how I'm writing Vue, but it's like in hook style. Like why do people even need to have Vue if you can do everything in Mitosis? A on mount. I think like the vibe that I'm getting from all of this stuff. Okay, it didn't not work. Oh no. Oh no. So there it was called unmount like that. So maybe the problem is like how it's called. Uh, yeah. Yeah. So it's going fine. Yeah, this is like the a bit of like lack of the feedback from the compiler is a bit upsetting. So like okay, so here I'm using like function that doesn't exist in that module, and it like randomly decides what code to kind of like to throw away, and you unless you kind of like me looking at it and like checking that after every compile you're checking that it worked, it's the experience is not great. So I wish they had some kind of like I don't know strict or like verbose mode that reports you about that kind of stuff. Um, okay, so what can we do? I think we should, yeah, uh, unmount. Yeah, it's clearly not working. So maybe, just maybe, if we can uh, compile it to React and see. So use effect. Okay, that's even funnier. It doesn't even work in React. So what happens if I return a function here? So, right? Use force, sure. Look, use force. Okay, so this is something new. Return outside a function. I would, I would say that it's not. I would say that it's perfectly inside a function. Okay, so it's not even going to compile to React. Yeah, there goes some of my hope. So yeah, so the current state seems to be kind of like uh, you basically have like a static HTML, and you want to just show it to different components, and there is some interactivity, so they could make it work. So it's like it has refs and on blur and stuff, but yeah, not everything is working, fortunately. Yeah. By the way, how do they connect? Like how all of this knows what is connected to what is? I don't know. Uh, okay. So don't panic. Uh, this expression is not callable. Name and set names. Is it? What's happening? Use state. It takes object and returns object. Mean, what do you mean? Yeah, I'm getting lost. I'm trying to understand the types, because the name is set name. That's what was in the example that they themselves provided. So like, context is not a function. What is going on? Set name. Yeah, set name is basically undefined here. But if I do name equals, what is going to happen? Name equals. Yeah. I mean, it does something. For case name. So it sets name to this stuff, but okay. I think I'm officially kind of like lost what's going on, because it compiles it to this. Okay, and here it's like this name, but yeah, so I guess it's just like the types are. Okay, but in React, I can do set name, basically like the old name, and return the new name. And if I do it here, like, it will not work like that. So so the type for set name should be an object. So like basically like a tuple of first element is t, and the second is void, so like a new value t. So it should be like that. Then this one starts to make sense. Okay, yeah. So I think it should be like that, and because I think it works like that. It's just the type that is wrong, because I try to do it the other way. I mean, works more than I expected, but it's still not 100% there. So what's good about this is that I can have this code, and I can use it kind of like as a starting point, but then I would have to add like my own kind of like patch over it. Okay, I'm just getting sleepy, and it's I think it's already like 2 hours, and yeah, 1:50, and I'm actually anxious to check news and to see like what was happening these 2 hours when I wasn't doom scrolling. um, anyway, so what have we learned today? I think Vue is possible. Vite is working fine with Vue. I didn't get any problems with it. in this like simple configuration. Mitosis is cool, but extremely not finished. So I wonder how like how really like people how much people really rely on it. So it has like some downloads. So I guess yeah, it's probably kind of like similar like Vue. It's it's probably working really good in a lot of cases, like a simpler cases, but yeah, it's not ready for prime time. I think I haven't like I haven't done like too much stuff um, with it, but I think like it makes sense. It has state, it has context, it has like refs. It's basically like should be everything that you need except for unmount. um, so I think what I might try next time, maybe we can, I don't know, like fork it and just quickly like see if we can fix some of this stuff ourselves. It's not really kind of like um, I mean my time is better spent if I just add on unmount. So maybe we will not get to that. But if I will get to the stream of like building my own framework, I think it would be really cool to look into how Mitosis parses stuff, because that's something that I need, and this is something that they have. So it should be really interesting to kind of like look into that. So maybe I can kind of like start moving into that kind of like so CLI. That's the stuff that has all the compile stuff. So commands. Yeah, it's basically like okay, they have build and compile. So what's the difference? Did I see build like at all? Meet process. Oh no, what happened? So it only mentions compile. So what will happen if I try to do build and Mitosis config? Okay, so maybe it's doing something with the config instead of okay new. Okay, that's also cool. Mitosis new. Oh, so maybe it set up kind of like the structure for a project. So I didn't see scripts, but it installed stuff, right? Okay, that's good. So I guess that's like a simple example. Is that the same one that we were just trying? Yeah, yeah, except for the blur and focus stuff. TS config is there, or did we have some of that already? Anyway, so they created some of it. So they created Mitosis config. So files src targets did it in. So now I guess Mitosis build. Okay, get targets non function. I mean, it looks like the same stuff. So okay, I guess it's just it's just not finished. So yeah, so it builds using config, but there are some problems there. Okay, so commands compile. So how does it build actually? So builder content generated mitosis parse JSX. Parse JSX, that seems like the something that I'm really interested in. From mitosis from builder. Okay. So I would expect this is the core component. So I guess parsers and wow, they have word parsers. Maybe they also like don't really go into like too much details. They just parse the kind of like structure and JSX, and they drop everything that is like lifestyle, life cycle components and life cycle hooks or whatever. They can parse from HTML. It's not. They do have liquid context. What's the context? I guess just like a helper function builder thing. They said it's like some kind of JSON Angular. Yeah, I mean, and the one that we're looking for is called JSX. So they use Babel, which okay, we, it's not going to help us with Node. So we can't reuse it. Oh well. Okay, self-closing tags, context, array to AST, JSON to AST, JSON object to AST. Okay, it seems like it's kind of like starting kind of like here. So they take JSX and turn it into their own kind of like representation. So this is just text and it's container expression, foo map, and turn foo map into foo into for. All right. So probably if it's like React style, it will return it. So create metasis node is arrow function expression. Yeah, that's cool. So foo and something, it turns it into show. This is like, yeah. I mean, I don't really understand why they would have it like that. So if here in JSX I would have lowercase this, this, or that. So now if we compile it, okay, what's happening? I think it broke because we did Mitosis new. It's probably using some local package now, and that one is not this is yeah. So we even broke the one that we had before, but we can just go to playground and get it there. So nothing's working, I guess. Okay, so we're just breaking it in some way. Okay. So let's look at the parser a bit, and let's call it a day. Node component 4, children, this expression container. Yeah. I wonder how like more advanced stuff is working. I don't know, like suspense, lazy loading, and all of that stuff. It's not particularly like needed for this project, but yeah. So I think that's probably like the stuff that decides what to keep, what to drop. Yeah, keep cut. Yep. Multiple for others to add imports. Right. I think that's the option of like adding your own code. Uh, I'm not sure it will help with Vue because like code has to be like in this particular structure. So like if I wanna I can probably just add script, I guess, on the top. That's the only thing that can work in this style. Yeah. So I wonder what we mean by React. So like can I just like mix and match React stuff? So let's go back to basic. And if I write import use state from React, and here I just use that use state. Did I break it? No, I think it's working. Uh, and so let's do React. And so now if I do use reducer, I think now I broke it. Yeah, I think the kind of like how unresponsive everything is a bit like upsetting because it's uh, how everything is hidden. I guess it's just like I want to see the error. What did I do wrong? Like if I replace it back to use state, will you be happy, Mr. Mitosis? I don't get it. So why did it decide that it's a use state? If it looks like a dog. I don't understand. Like, how is that even? I mean, like, yeah, this is like a bit too magical. I think uh, just like years of TypeScript, getting abused by TypeScript, just like I even not even TypeScript. I mean, like in Erlang or Elixir, if you have like it's like kind of like strict in TypeScript or React. It's like in Elixir, you can set like fail to compile on warnings, and like every variable that you don't use, every like stuff that you do a little bit wrong, it will complain at you. And yeah, so like after years of this kind of like you have to do everything right, otherwise I'm not doing anything. This one is like, I mean, you probably meant this, you probably meant that, and it's like, it's okay, like if some of the code is like disappearing on you for some reason. So for me, I just imagine if you want to have the output kind of like, I don't know, like in this directory in your npm package, it's a bit scary. Basically, like you don't really know what is getting compiled, what is not, and so the output of the compiler has to be like inside Git. So every time you do change, you have to check every possible like output that it outputted exactly the stuff that you expected, because yeah, there are like no. So the thing was that like this kind of like warnings and TypeScript and like Elixir and stuff, they make sure that your code is like completely perfect, otherwise it will not run. And here there are like no checks like that. It's like, it feels like what they're what they're aiming for, or what their use cases like in real life is that they have a lot of components or like existing websites that they want to rewrite to other language, and this is like just like intermediate step of like, okay, let's get most of JSX moved from like this configuration, or like HTML or Liquid or Angular or whatnot, into like this. So we will lose some of it, but at least we did some work, instead of kind of like my use case where I'm like, okay, I'm starting new project and I'm authoring Mitosis like component in hopes that I can compile it to anything. Yeah, so I wonder how that sweet stuff is working. Yeah, JS context. Yeah, this is funny. So does it mean that they basically like inventing their own React Native? It's kind of cool. It's a bit too much eval, a bit too much like inline stuff for my taste. They're creating proxy, and this proxy will reflect. I think reflect is just for like type safety. I was expecting to see update. Oh yeah. This is kind of like their kind of like reactive level observable, right? Yeah. So that's probably what triggers the re-renders, which is probably not really optimized. Create mutable, and then yeah. Oops. Will that fix it? Yeah. You know, it's easy to, I don't know, like have a typo which completely like breaks everything. Yeah. And they like if you don't have all of this in Git, if you're not running like TypeScript over the output and stuff, you're in a big trouble of like just introducing completely like random changes, which I guess is just nature of the beast. Yeah, there's probably like no other way to do something like that. Okay, so that's it for now. Yeah. Uh, let's see. Let's see what they will respond in the comments. Yeah, it's a bit it's a bit hard to judge kind of like the state of this library, because like on Quick or on Builder they have some videos, and I didn't see anything about Mitosis yet. So maybe if you know a video, yeah, just leave a comment and check it out. Okay, so saying